Well, speaking of connection, principle 4, responsibility requires relationship. And we talk about this a lot in spiritual formation and just communication. We are all about relationship. And so talk to us a little bit about how that is so important when you're trying to teach your kids ownership and responsibility.
I think that the biggest, like the big key word I'm going to use in this is trust. Because if you're building a trusting relationship with your kids, then they're going to be able to come to you when they did fall, when they do need help getting their pieces put back together. And how does your child feel about failing in front of you? Are they scared?
Mhm.
Or are they like, Mom and Dad love me. They have my back. They're going to help me through this kind of situation. I think there's a lot of principles that we teach along the way to, like one I'll throw in, it may be later on, and I'm saying it early, but the 10-second principle. Like when your kid tells you something, how you respond in those first 10 seconds tell them, are you a safe space or not? And so when you're building that relationship with them and you're making sure that you are having that trust, then that helps you later when you're walking through this relationship and maybe an issue that's not necessarily a behavioral one, it's a relational one where you're saying, okay, this was your responsibility and you didn't do it.
Mhm.
So what do you think the consequences of that should be?
And so when it comes to, Megan, you said that the responsibility requires relationships, and we want to grow that responsibility in our kids. Is one thing we talk about quite often. As a mom or dad, you must connect more than you correct.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right? You've got to have a lot of deposits. And the same thing in our marriage, right? It's connection. I remember when the kids were little, as Liz used to say, man, I feel like I'm just saying no all day long, right? And so how do you build ways to connect with them? Because if not, when it comes to some of the discipline stuff we're talking about, some of the increasing responsibility, failure, if you don't have that connection for the kid, it's just going to feel like control. Right? If you have that connection, think about the people in your life, the bosses you work for, the coaches you've had, the ones that have pushed you hard, but they love for you. You thought that was care, right? You're like, oh, they pushed you, they did this, they get, that's care. The other one is just control. So as a mom or dad, it is you want to connect more than you correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And even last night, as you're talking, I was reminded, me and Chapman were throwing the baseball, just practicing. And, sports is a good teacher too. And so kid didn't know how to throw a baseball. He's never played before. And so I'm teaching him mechanics of just throwing the baseball and hitting me in the chest. And I felt like I was correcting a lot. And then we started being goofy, and I started throwing the ball kind of a little weird for him. And he looks up, I hit the ground. He looks up, he's like, hit me in the chest. And we just laughed. And it was like, yes, we're correcting, but we were connecting. And it was just a cool moment I had last night. But so responsibility requires relationship. Let's go to number 5.